Welcome back to NewsNation Rush Hour. I'm Nicole Berlin. Right now, we are bringing you the very latest on the Brooklyn subway shooting. Police arresting Frank James just a few hours ago. We now know James called police on himself and gave authorities his location. He is believed to be the gunman who shot 10 people in a violent attack during peak transit hours yesterday morning. NewsNation's Tom Negevin is learning more about James' arrest after that shooting on the subway car. So, Tom, what does the NYPD know now that the 62-year-old is in custody?
Yes. Well, they've been learning a lot, actually, over the last 30 hours or so. He's at the 9th precinct, not here at police headquarters, One Police Plaza in Lower Manhattan, but at the 9th precinct, where he has been questioned for some time now, since his arrest this afternoon in the East Village of Manhattan. After that Crime Stoppers call that, yes, NYPD sources confirmed to NewsNation, he made it himself. And now video from our NewsNation station, Pix 11 here in New York City, and you see the arrest in the East Village. Again, uneventful. He was initially reported to be, and there were multiple calls to Crime Stoppers or police, reporting he was at a McDonald's. Wasn't there when patrolling officers very quickly arrived, but they made a couple of loops around the neighborhood, as Paul Gerke, who's on that scene, was telling us earlier, and spotted him on the corner very quickly, took him into custody, cuffed him, brought him in without incident. Apparently, he has told them, that he had just had enough. It was time to turn himself in, time to come in. There's a $50,000 reward being offered for information that brought him in as of yesterday, when he was first named a person of interest and then a suspect in that horrible attack yesterday morning. No word on whether he thought that money might be up for grabs. And I don't mean that facetiously, but we know that mental health is an issue here. It's very, very clear given what's been going on YouTube and what investigators have been learning. So we do not take that lightly, but we do have to remember there are 29 people injured here, 10 with gunshot wounds, right, Nicole? 5 left in critical but stable condition in the wake of this, and more people terrorized by this. And he's now facing federal terror charges that could, because it was an attack on a mass transit system here in the U.S., put him behind bars for the rest of his life. Lots more to come, but so much, as you know, already unfolded in the past going on 30 hours.
Absolutely. Tom, we'll check back in with you. Thank you for that. Correspondent Paul Gerke joins us now from the arrest scene. Paul, how were police able to ultimately capture him?
It was such a coincidence, but it was also good old-fashioned police work. That McDonald's that Tom was telling you about, 2 blocks up the street in this direction, south, right next to the hardware store where earlier in the show I told you that Zach, who was installing a surveillance camera, spotted the suspect. So whether or not he called himself into Crime Stoppers, someone was going to bring him into custody today. But police faced a real initial setback, those non-functioning security cameras around the 36th Street station in Sunset Park. But although police didn't spot him there, he still left a very lengthy trail of clues to his location. And we're still learning more about how detectives put this case together so quickly. It was a combination of that good old-fashioned police work, some new age technology, and a little luck. Hundreds of detectives spent the last day scouring surveillance footage in New York City, looking for their man. They found him boarding the subway at Kings Highway with the same black cart recovered at the scene of the shootings just a few stops away. The key to the U-Haul found at the scene was traced back to Philadelphia, where James rented it. The van was recovered just 3 blocks from that first surveillance picture. James is a New York City native, but has ties to several states, including New Jersey, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, where he bought the 9mm Glock used in the shootings at a pawn shop in 2011.
We were able to shrink his world quickly. There was nowhere left for him to run.
He was well known to law enforcement. James had 9 prior arrests in New York and 3 in New Jersey, dating back as far as 1992 and as recently as 2007 for a wide variety of offenses, including trespass, larceny, possession of burglary tools, and a sex crime.
Before COVID, when I lived there, you'd be in a traffic jam all day.
His YouTube channel, which has been taken down, was filled with hate. It didn't provide a clear motive for his actions, but gave detectives plenty of clues and allowed them to draft a wanted poster by matching a still frame with that first surveillance shot at Kings Highway. And that reflective construction vest that witnesses spotted him in during the shooting was found at the scene. The helmet he was donning found in a nearby trash can inside a subway station. All the dots were starting to connect for police over the past 24 hours, and it just felt like an inevitability that some way, somehow, he was going to be brought to justice.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Paul Gerke, thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.